Today, I want to talk to you about how getting legal involved at the right time can save you thousands. Now, I tell this story when I go and do presentations across the country, and it really always resonates with folks because I don't think people fully understand where things can go south and how quickly they can go south. So, the story I'm telling you about is a nonprofit that reached out to me probably about 5 years ago. And they were in the process of trying to purchase a property that they had been staying at, where they had a lease to own lease, which allowed them to pay uh, monthly payments, and that all of those monthly payments would allow them the opportunity to purchase the property at the end of their lease term. And all of those payments would have gone to the equity in the home. Now, about 2 months out, the client calls me and says, "Hey, I've put in notice that I want to buy this, and they're telling me I can't." And I always will remember this. I asked them to send me over the contract because the contract rules. She sent me over the contract, section 13, very clearly stated 3 things that she needed to do. And I said, "Did you do this?" And she said, "Well, no, I wrote down on a piece of paper that I wanted to buy it. I had them sign it and assumed that we were going to be moving forward." Now, with that information and the facts of this case, I was able to do some legal gymnastics to be able to help this client stay for a longer period of time. They got some free rent, but in the end, she had to pay me, even at a discounted rate, over $5,000. And in the end, wasn't able to buy the property. But the saddest part about this is that she had paid $90,000 over that 5-year period towards the purchase price. And because she didn't follow these 3 simple things, she wasn't able to buy the property. In the end, I asked her, I said, "Well, why didn't you call a lawyer sooner?" She said, "Well, because I didn't know who to call. And I was afraid that I was going to get a $1,000 bill for a 15-minute phone call, and I couldn't afford that." And the irony of it is that if she had sent this to me in the beginning and she had called and said, "Hey, Kevin, what should I do?" I would have looked at section 13 and said, "Hey, there's 3 things that you need to do. I don't need to be involved in them. You can do them all on your own." And if she would have done that, I wouldn't have charged her anything. And she would have been able to get the property and have the $90,000 worth of equity put into the property. That is just a slight example of how things that you might not think matter really do. And you might think you're doing something the right way. But in the end, without getting legal counsel up front, you're putting yourself in danger at losing thousands.